Have you thought about, should I be in management or is leadership for me? Stay tuned and let's talk. Now, there are a couple of reasons people consider management. One reason is just the natural progression. When you come into a company, out of college, you come in and get a position and you think that that's just your natural progression is to go into management after working a few years at a professional level job. And so that's just something that's normal and natural, and that's just your next step up. The second reason that people may want to go into management is to actually impact the people around them. If they work with folks, they can think, I can make a greater impact if I am in management. I have some responsibility. I can actually help people more than just doing my isolated job. And the third reason, some people just have a goal to get into management. If I could only get into management, this is the ultimate for me. Starting at a company, on the lower ranks, and through the years going up through the ranks. And nowadays, not all companies, you have to have a degree in order to get into management. And so this may be something that they just want to get into, that's the ultimate for them. And if they could only reach that, they would just be super, super happy. And so those are some of the reasons that people even think about getting into the management position. Now, while there are many perks that come with being in leadership, there are some other things that you need to consider. Some of the perks that come with leadership is flexibility, having more time to do the things that you need to do as far as time management, having the decision-making abilities placed in your hands, and then there's responsibility. Now, some of the things that you want to consider, even in today's world, 85% of the women get promoted in these companies over 100% of the men. So 85 women will get promoted opposed to 100 men. So that is something also to consider, because men are still outpacing the women in securing the leadership positions. Another thing that you want to be aware of is some companies don't necessarily have programs to develop you in these positions of leadership. You go from, being a contributor to being in leadership, and there may not be a path of just, planned out. You do this, this, and this. You'll be introduced to your team. You may be given your daily tasks that you do. But as far as dealing with everything else in leadership, it usually is on the job training. So just be ready for that. Another thing that you want to be ready for too is stress level. Sometimes with having a team, still developing yourself, and then reporting to your manager, you get squeezed, and then there's stress that develops when you're getting squeezed like that, because you have more responsibilities, and it's just a greater range of things that you have to do. And it can lead to stress if you let it. Also, when you get into management, your appreciation that you had when you were an employee may become an expectation. So you may not get the attaboys and pat on the backs for the little things that you're doing for the company, because it's something that will be expected at that point in time. And if that's it, basically you will, sometimes you may get appreciated for something large that you do. But as far as the small things, don't expect to be appreciated, congratulated, thanked for everything that you do. Another thing that you want to consider too is burnout, because if you burn the candle from both ends, just trying to do a great job, trying to get it all in, you could experience burnout. So those are some things that you have to watch to balance your outside life with the management life or the leadership life. More than likely, you will be working longer hours in leadership too. So just to be quite honest with it. So these are some things that you want to consider before saying yes, raising your hand, saying yes, this is the job for me. Just laying it out for you. Make sure you consider these things before you make that decision. Now, there are some things that you can do to prepare you for the position in leadership. Number one, you can get formal in-person training on the job, where you actually sit with the leader on a day-to-day basis, and perhaps when that leader is gone, you may take some of those responsibilities over for that leader. Some companies will offer you a chance to go in and have just like an internship in that position to see if you really like it, if it's something that you feel like you really want to do. And then there are also development opportunities that companies offer, where you can go in and develop certain skills that you may be lacking in, organizational skills, people skills, communication skills, something like that, to always take advantage of these things that can help better prepare you for that position. Another thing you can do is job shadowing, where you could actually sit with someone, maybe on different people, and see how their management styles are, see how they talk to the people, see how they hold meetings and that type of thing. And probably one of the best areas and best ways you can do it is have external coaching outside of the actual company, kind of real life from people who've been experienced in those areas of management and leadership, various size teams. That may do it just a little different way, but they can give you some insight outside of your company that will really help you with your team. And so those are some of the ways that can help prepare you for it and kind of take some of the stress off of it. Because when you get in this position, that's one thing you really want to be as prepared as possible, because you will be, working with the team, getting to know the team, and your focus will be there. One of the best and most fulfilling things for me in leadership is actually you do have a platform given to you to impact people. You have a team of people that you have a direct influence over, and you have this platform just laid out for you, given to you, because they're looking to you for leadership. They're looking to you for training. They're looking to you for certain things. So you do have that platform just laid out for you, and what you do with it will make all the difference in the world. So you can have a positive impact on people. You can change people's lives in the leadership position. So that is one of the best things for me to be, as a leader, that you do get to impact people. You will hear different things from people. You'll get to know them. You'll get to know their families. But you do have this platform just laid out in front of you, and the opportunity to make your impact on somebody's life. So it's something that should be taken very seriously. If you don't like people, I would advise you not to get into leadership, because it's probably not the job for you. Leadership comes with a more pay also, but there are other positions out there that you can be in, teams and groups, analysts, like that, those kind of positions that can pay just as well, where you don't have to, you don't not necessarily over people or working with people or managing or leading people. So just consider those things. But hands down, if you like people, if you like to have impact and influence, leadership may be something that you want to consider for sure. Well, there you have it. Those are my thoughts on leadership. I've enjoyed being a leader this many years, and those are some things to think about: the good, the bad, and the ugly. But if you enjoy people, if you enjoy influence, I would say become a part of the leadership team. You won't regret it. All right. Thank you for being a part of Adrienne's Avenue today, and we will see you soon.